Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to vlog number 2, which is breaking down calories and macronutrients. I started off this day with a leg session. As you can see here, I'm doing squats, and I did about 3 or 4 warm-up sets before this one. Here I have 4 plates aside, which is 180 kilo, and I am squatting parallel. I think I did about 9 reps in this set. Forgive me for all the bumper plates, but it's all this gym has, so not trying to look massive there. Okay guys, here I do my second lot of squats, which is a wide stance squat. I think that this hits my glutes a little bit more than normal squat, and it hits my lateralis, which I'm really trying to work on. I do about 3 or 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Honestly, just wanted to get a decent glute shot in here. So yet again, another variation of squat that I do, which is a close stance squat. I mean, I wouldn't ever suggest putting your feet completely together, but a couple of inches apart, and 10 or 12 reps again. I also do leg extensions and hamstring curls, but in addition I love this exercise, which is a kind of glute kickback.
Hi again YouTube, my name's Rick, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to talk about how to break down your calories. Okay, calories are made up of macronutrients. Macronutrients break down into 3 things: carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Depending on your current goals, whether you're trying to gain weight or muscle, or trying to lose fat or weight, will depend on how many calories you're going to consume per day. Also, depending on what kind of body type you have, your somatotype and genetics will depend on the ratios that you use to break down their macronutrients. So depending if you're going to be in a calorie deficit, maintenance or a calorie surplus will depend on how many calories you're going to be consuming per day. I'm going to quickly show you how to break those calories down by using different ratios and simple maths. This is a question that I get asked all the time, and it's quite a long process to explain on the spot when you're standing there with someone, but it's quite easy to see when you write it down. So I'm going to write it down today. I'm going to show you how to work it all out yourself so you don't have to pay someone to do it. It's pretty simple maths, so just keep up with me and I'll try my best to show you how to do it. Calories are energy. Think about it as that, okay? The energy that you put in the body and the energy that you burn out your body. Now if you're in a calorie deficit, that means you're burning more calories than you're consuming per day. If you're eating the same amount of calories that you burn in the day, you'll stay the same. It's called maintenance. If you're in a calorie surplus, it means you're eating more calories, more energy than you're burning that day, and you will gain weight. Diet is the most important factor to changing the shape of your body. So if you get your diet on point, your results will come a lot quicker.
So these are the ratios I would use, okay, for dieting. If you're an ectomorph, 40% carbs, 40% protein and 20% fats. As a mesomorph, I would use 40% carbs, 30% protein and 30% fats. And for endomorphs, I would use 20% carbs, 40% protein and 40% fats. So if you're trying to work out what body type you are, this is quite a good diagram to help you, alright? So we have the ectomorph on this side, who is naturally usually quite tall, but they are very thin, okay, and long. And what they tend to do, if you do put on weight, you end up putting the weight on around the stomach area, alright, and probably around the face. But you usually stay quite skinny down the arms and legs. So characteristics of a male: long arms, long legs, and if they're overweight, they'll have a beer belly. So we get the skinny fat syndrome. As you can see here, it says narrow shoulders and hips, thin face, high forehead, thin and narrow chest, okay, thin legs and arms, a very little muscle or body fat. So this is the ectomorph, okay, the 40-40-20. 40% carbs, 40% protein and 20% fats. Here, on the other side of the scale, we have endomorph, okay. So as you can see here, it says wide hips, narrow shoulders, a lot of fat on the body, a lot of fat on the upper arms and thighs, quite slim wrists and ankles. Okay. These people tend to find it very difficult to lose weight as they have slower thyroids and slower metabolisms. These people should be on the opposite of the ectomorph, which is 20% carbs, 40% protein and 40% fat. This is the mesomorph, who is the natural athlete, okay, as you see here, muscular body, strong forearms and thighs, very little body fat and broad shoulders. Okay, these are the people who are naturally muscular. If you're a female, then the girls with the big boobs, big ass, small weight. eat shit all day and always look good diet, and a 40% carb, 40% protein and a 30% fat diet. So as an example, we're going to use an ectomorph who's bulking and needs 2,500 calories. Okay, let me just write down here before we work everything out that there are 4 calories in 1 gram of protein, there are 4 calories in 1 gram of carbs, and there are 9 calories in 1 gram of fats. All right, take note of these numbers, these are important. So as we said, ectomorphs need a 40% carbs, 40% protein and 20% fats diet. This is how we're going to break things down. So first off, we divide the amount of calories that needs to be consumed by 100. This will give us 1% of the total calories. So we should end up with these 3 sums, okay? So the 25 is 1% times 40 to get 40% carbs. 25 again times 40 to get the percentage for protein. And at the bottom here, 25 times 20% to get the answer for fat. So the answers are 25 times 40 equals 1,000, same again for the second line, and 25 times 20 is 500. Break these numbers down into grams so it's easy to work out. We've got the 1,000 calories of carbohydrates. We divide them by 4 to try and find the grams, as there's 4 calories per 1 gram of carbs, okay? So the 1,000 calories divided by the 4, which is the calorie amount, will give us 250 grams worth of carbohydrates per day. Okay, we do the same for protein as it was the same percentage. Divided by 4 equals 250 grams of protein per day. And at the bottom here, we've got 500, which is the 500 calories from fat. Divide them by 9, as there's 9 calories in 1 gram of fat, and we've got 55 grams. So now we have 250 grams of protein, carbs, 250 grams of protein, and 55 grams of fat for the entire day. This way, it's a lot easier to count your calories throughout the day. So if you're wondering how to find the amount of calories you're supposed to be consuming per day, head over to here, okay? Look for that site on Google and it should give you an estimated amount of calories. If you enter your age, your sex, and your weight, and your weekly or daily activity. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It is a little bit boring, but it is the single most important factor of changing your body shape. Okay, sort your diet out and then everything else will follow. Okay, I'm off to the gym for the second time today. I did legs this morning, I'm going to do some cardio now. Cannot wait. I'm lying. I fucking hate cardio. I don't usually tend to buy pre-workouts just because I don't like a lot of the ingredients in there. Things like beta-alanine, that makes me want to itch my face off. So I just buy sugar-free drinks. They've got loads of caffeine in. This one is savage. It's 5:30. Just got to the gym. I'm going to get my cardio in right now. So I usually do about 100 calories warm up on the cross trainer. It just warms up my knees, my joints. I've got shin splints as well, so it does really help me. So after my warm up on the cross trainer, I do about 200 to 300 calories high intensity on the treadmill. I do obviously quite warm up first, and then I do as many sprints as I possibly can until I die like this. Okay, I'm going to add this to my video that I made earlier about calories. Now, when I was in the army, I got a lot of people who obviously got to the gym, try to gain size, and then never did. And then they'd point the finger at the people that were bigger than them and say, you're on steroids because you're big, you know what I mean? It doesn't work without steroids, etc, etc. The problem is you weren't eating a big enough surplus of calories, all right? That was your problem. If you eat a surplus of calories, no matter what, exercise or no exercise, you'll gain weight. So obviously if you throw exercise in there and you're eating the right amount of protein, you will gain size. So the problem is you were never eating enough food, and that's it. It's the same with people who haven't lost weight. There could be another factor to not losing weight, which could be thyroid or a metabolic problem. But don't use them as an excuse, because everybody seems to use that as an excuse. Your problem is that you weren't in a big enough deficit
of calories. So you need to lower your calories amount to lose the weight. Diet and hitting the right calories is so important to change your body. If you're interested in this jersey that I've got on, it's from Gym Versus. Okay, this is what the back looks like. So this is my post-workout meal.
Walking to Whole Foods. We walk down the street.
15 egg whites, and just fried it off in coconut oil. That is low salt, low sugar ketchup, and low calorie salad.